Welcome to the Gentleman's Guide to Gaming. Jadestorm is the newest role-playing game that I, Matthew Dawkins, have developed for Onyx Path Publishing, and this week Jadestorm goes live over on BackerKit, a crowdfunding campaign platform. Jadestorm is the latest Earthbane Cycle game. The other three Earthbane Cycle games are The World Below, At the Gates, Monster Kingdoms. Each of these games are connected to each other in various ways. Jadestorm is no exception. Where Jadestorm is an exception is it's the first of the Earthbane Cycle games to be fundamentally influenced by the spirit of wuxia and xianxia cinema and mangas and manhwas and various other media that contains epic fantasy, epic battle, great sweeping journeys, melodrama, duels, codes, masters, apprentices, and all sorts more. There are already people who are comparing it to Exalted in feel, and I don't reject the comparison. Exalted is a fantastic and popular game, and if there are fans of Exalted who want to check Jadestorm out, I welcome them. But it is very much its own thing. Jadestorm is a game that uses the StoryPath Ultra system, and like all of the Earthbane games, it finds different ways of using it. For example, while the core system for Jadestorm is still D10 dice pools, you will find different ways of using those dice pools when you're using sorceries, which have been altered slightly from their origin in the world below, but also chains. Chains are a whole new thing for Jadestorm, where you will finally, in a StoryPath Ultra game, have fistfuls of dice, without breaking the system. A chain is effectively where your character can link attack after attack after attack, or influence action after influence action after influence action, with a series of tricks that are all embedded within it. Therefore, you can use chains to quite literally demolish armies of thousands. Again, going back to that wuxia feel of one warrior against the horde. If you like Dynasty Warriors, you'll probably be able to see some of the same influences there too. The plot behind Jadestorm is quite simple and hopefully easy for players to pick up. Your characters, being Jade Bearers, carry the cinders of the infernal sovereigns, the demon princes that once were overlords of your world of Eos. Each of the isolated realms of Eos were quite literally cut off from each other, while the infernal sovereigns each had their own realm and tormented them and ruled them in their own pernicious ways. However, as demon princes and infernal sovereigns are oft to do, they fell to war among themselves, betrayals, literal stabs in the back, loves and hearts that were broken, and ultimately they were unmade. And in their unmaking, the jade that made up these deific beings plummeted to the earth of Eos, or indeed broke out from the ground, penetrating earth, trees, animals, monsters, and indeed the first Jade Bearers. Some of you may have been born with Jade within you, some of you may have found it and claimed it for yourself. Others will have been impacted during the initial Jade Storm, which is what formed so many of our characters. And those Jade Bearers are able to wield powers unlike any other inhabitants of Eos, because you bear within you the cinders of the infernal sovereigns. Now, in many games where you inherit great power in this fashion, there would be a mechanical balancing mechanism, something that punishes you for indulging in your might, allowing you, corruption as you push yourself to your limits and beyond. We've experimented with that, of course, in various World of Darkness games. We've experimented with it to a degree in Curseborn. It also comes up in Trinity Continuum Aether. I, as a developer, therefore, am no stranger to such a device. Jadestorm doesn't have a device like that, and that is a deliberate choice. Cinders corrupt you through your actions, through the way the world reacts to you. And the way the world reacts to you is narrative. If you march into a city, liberating it, using your jade, they will see you as a hero. If, however, you march into a city conquering it using your jade, they will see you as a tyrant. There is no physical transformation. You do not mutate. You do not become a base form of being, but you may become loathed. You may become a figure of infamy. You may be the sort of person that other jade bearers hunt down with relish because they want to stop your villainous deeds. So whether you choose to be a hero or a villain, whether you use your chains for good or evil, whether you wish to spread light or darkness, whether you wish to claim one of the now independent realms as your own, or venture out into the wilds, the place most infested with jade and jade-afflicted, jade-touched monsters, is entirely your choice. But Jadestorm has so many story hooks peppered throughout it. Anyone who's aware of the way I design games will know that I'm massively in favor of games that call out what you can do with them and pepper in all sorts of plot hooks, all kinds of stories, all sorts of campaigns throughout the game. This is, again, no exception. I want people picking up Jadestorm and immediately being able to figure out what they can do with it. So, Jadestorm is going to be on crowdfunding, on BackerKit, later this week. By my guess, I believe it will be live on the 20th of August, barring any unusual exceptions. But the best way to back Jadestorm and get on board with it is if you click the link in the video description below. There will be a little block that will pop up where you can type in your email address. You will be notified as soon as the crowdfunding campaign goes live. And this is a game with a myriad of playable options. So many different origins, so many different ways of constructing your character. Maybe the most amount of edges, the greatest number of edges we have included in any of our StoryPath Ultra games, possibly. Monster Kingdom's had a lot as well, but Jadestorm is no slouch with its number of edges. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Jadestorm lands. As the jade whistles through the air and pierces the ground, how many people come to pick it up and use it to empower themselves at their gaming tables? I hope that you will give it your support, and I would love it if you have any questions about Jadestorm, if you can post them in the video comments below or over on the Onyx Path Discord in the Jadestorm channel. Let's get talking about this, and if you are interested in it, please head on over to RPGNet and talk about it. Set up a thread. Go on over to r/RPG on Reddit. Start talking about it. Is anyone else hyped for Jadestorm? The more of you who do that, the more people are going to gravitate to the campaign, the bigger the game will become. And that's what I would love to see. Thank you so much, those of you who have watched. Thank you even more to those of you who intend to support the game. I will see you over at the crowdfunder. Bye-bye.